Good morning everyone, here's our latest video update on Typhoon Rammasun or Bagyong Glenda. As we continue to watch the system near its landfall point in the Philippines, the system has rapidly intensified overnight and is now a Category 1 typhoon, again barreling towards the Bicol region, bringing some heavy rains and strong winds throughout the area over the next 24 to 48 hours. The system as of 8 a.m. this morning was last located approximately 120 kilometers east-northeast of the city of Catarman in northern Samar, about 180 kilometers southeast of Virac. Catanduanes, or about 220 kilometers east-southeast of the city of Legazpi in the province of Albay. According to JMA analysis, the winds are now at 120 kilometers per hour, gusts of up to 175 kilometers per hour. The Joint Typhoon Warning Center has slightly higher wind estimates as of their latest warning, putting the sustained winds at 150 kilometers per hour and gusts of up to 185, making Rammasun or Glenda a high-end Category 1 typhoon. Expect Joint Typhoon Warning Center to increase the winds on their next update and could upgrade Rammasun to a Category 2 typhoon just before it makes landfall. The system is currently moving westward at 20 kilometers per hour, so it has slowed down over the past 12 hours, and that has allowed the system to consolidate and again rapidly intensify overnight. And you can see on this infrared image loop again that symmetrical central dense overcast has really become more defined over the past 6 to 12 hours. Strong convective activity surrounding that circulation center, and you can see hints of an eye. You can almost see they're moving just north of the island of Samar. You can also see the expansive convective activity of the system impacting parts already, bringing some heavy rains across parts of Visayas and even southern Luzon. And that is illustrated perfectly here from the radar stations out courtesy of Pag-asa. You can see the eye of Rammasun or Glenda already being picked up by the radar in Virac, Catanduanes, and you can see again bands of light to moderate and even pockets of heavy rains now already moving into parts of Bicol region, into Albay, Sorsogon, and Camarines provinces. Also some light to moderate rain bands now being picked up by Tagaytay radar, and that will continue to push northwestward, impacting southern Luzon, especially the regions out here in Calabarzon and also Metro Manila. Also parts of Eastern Visayas, Samar, Leyte, parts of Panay, Romblon, and Masbate already reporting some light to moderate rainfall, expecting those rains to continue getting heavier over the next 6 hours. And again, because of the threat of Typhoon Rammasun or Glenda, the Pag-asa, the weather agency in the Philippines, has issued several warnings now for much of Luzon and also parts of Visayas this morning. You can see much of the region already under signal number 3, expecting winds of more than 100 kilometers per hour. Also parts of southern Luzon, including Metro Manila, now under signal number 2, expecting winds of 60 to 100 kilometers per hour over the next 12 to 24 hours. In fact, the way the system is intensifying and the center moving very close to Metro Manila by tomorrow, we expect Pag-asa to actually raise signal number 3. We're not preempting the agency, just to point this out, we're not preempting Pag-asa, but the way this system is moving right now, we won't be surprised if the agency actually places Manila under signal number 3. This will be the first time Metro Manila will be under signal number 3, if it happens, since 2009 when Typhoon Conson moved across the region. Again, also you can see parts of central Eastern Visayas, Samar, and Masbate under signal number 2, and also parts of northern Luzon, Pangasinan, Benguet, La Union also under signal number 1, as the system will move across the region tonight and into tomorrow. Now, in terms of rainfall forecast, why don't we actually run one of the scenarios predicted by one of the computer models that we're using. This is the COAMS model, a high-resolution short-range model. And again, you can see the eye. This is about 6 hours or 18 Zulu, or about later this afternoon. We expect the system to move near the Bicol region and again making landfall there by late this morning or perhaps into the early afternoon hours. You can see the expanse of the heavy rainfall here. You can what the image is depicting right now is the projected radar image. So the red shades will depict heavy rains, and as you can see, that stretches all the way south into parts of Visayas, Panay, Cebu, Negros, Leyte, Samar. Could still see heavy rains throughout the day today. And as the system moves west-northwestward, that heavy rains will shift northwestward into parts of southern Luzon, again Quezon, Laguna, Batangas, Cavite, and eventually into Metro Manila. As you move into later this evening, again expecting those coverage of heavy rains to expand and just cover much of Luzon and parts of Visayas over the next 24 to 48 hours. And again, you can see here by Wednesday morning and into Wednesday afternoon, still heavy rainfall continuing across much of the region. Won't end actually until perhaps Thursday morning when the system exits into the South China Sea or the West Philippine Sea. Still could see some residual rain showers, especially along western Luzon. Metro Manila could still see prolonged heavy rains over the next 24 to 48 hours. And what that all means for the region is definitely the threat of landslides and flash floods, and even some major urban flooding actually, especially along the national capital region. Metro Manila could see up to 200, maybe even 300 millimeters of rainfall as we move into Wednesday and Thursday. Also parts of southern Luzon, the Bicol region, Mindoro, parts of Romblon and Panay and Masbate, and even parts of Samar could see their share of heavy rains. And also as far north as northern Luzon, Pangasinan, again, La Union, Benguet, regions 1 and 2 out in this area could see their share of heavy rains, 200 millimeters of rainfall. Again, definitely enough to bring the entire region down in terms of major flooding and landslides, especially in mountainous areas to the north. And now we move on to the forecasts. We have the Joint Typhoon Warning Center, and again you can see this agency expecting landfall later this afternoon or perhaps later this evening as a Category 2 typhoon, weakening slightly but still forecast to move very near Metro Manila by early Wednesday morning as or perhaps Wednesday afternoon as a Category 1 typhoon, and then exit into the South China Sea or the West Philippine Sea by Wednesday late evening or perhaps early Thursday morning, continuing northwesterly and perhaps intensifying to a typhoon before moving into southern China by Friday and Saturday. And finally, we have the Japan Meteorological Agency here showing pretty much the same forecast and same timing as well, expecting landfall later tonight. And again, moving across the Bicol region, southern Luzon, moving into central Luzon, and JMA taking the center just off of Metro Manila as you move into Wednesday evening and into Thursday morning, also expecting the system to move into southern China later this week. As we take one final look at the system this morning, just to recap again, the system is forecast to make landfall perhaps in the Sorsogon or Albay provinces out in Bicol later this afternoon or perhaps early evening hours, say around 6 p.m. to about 8 p.m. Philippine time. Already heavy rains are being reported across much of Visayas and southern Luzon and will continue to expand northwestward, eventually affecting parts of Metro Manila later this afternoon. Again, conditions will get worse as we head into the evening hours and into tomorrow, Wednesday. The system will continue to move northwestward, eventually exiting into the South China Sea or the West Philippine Sea by Thursday morning. Weather conditions should then improve across much of the Philippines. Again, as always, please see the warnings of your local officials. The system is now on its way towards landfall, so there's nothing you can do pretty much, especially if you live in Bicol region. Again, just stay inside and try to ride out the storm as much as you can. If you have photos or videos you'd like to share, again, please like our Facebook page and visit our website and blogs as well so you can share them to us. We're actually having a live cast update in the next few minutes here, so click on westernpacificweather.com, and also on our blog we'll be putting up a link so you can watch our live updates from our meteorologists and other contributors in our website, so you can ask them questions and interact with our contributors live. Again, all about this impending powerful typhoon barreling towards the Philippines. Stay safe, and see you in our next update.